Well, hello and welcome. I hope all is well. If you're new to this channel, my name is Angela. I am a board certified trichologist. I am a product research junkie, and if everything goes as planned, a cosmetic scientist to be. So today we're gonna do something that I used to do way more often, and I'm planning on doing more often, and that is an in-depth product review, going from A to Z, not only sharing my experience, but also dive into all the ingredients that are inside the range or the product. And today we're gonna do one product specifically, and that is a scalp care product, because I know that it can be quite hard to find a product that is suitable for your scalp or gives your scalp a treatment. Just so you know, hair care and scalp care can be two completely different things depending on your wishes and what you are suffering from or what you would like to achieve. So in this case, I am reviewing a scalp serum, and that is the Monpure Hydrate and Soothe Scalp Serum. So if you're wondering what my thoughts are, and if you would like to know more about this product, then let's get into it. Okay, so first and foremost, sorry for this naked face. I might do this more often because honestly, I only wear makeup like max 3 times a week or on special occasions. And in the Netherlands, we're in a semi-lockdown already, probably gonna be in a full lockdown in a couple of weeks. So I could not be bothered. And I did give myself some pampering before the lockdown might hit, and I gave myself, where I went to a skin specialist to get a hydrofacial, a HIFU treatment, and today I just got back from my brow lamination appointment, so that's why my brows might look a little bit shiny and over the top in comparison to my naked face. That is not why we're here. We're going to talk about the Monpure Hydrate and Soothe Scalp Serum. Now, when it comes to Monpure, if you go to their website, they are mostly catered to scalp problems, and this is one of their 2 serums that they have. They also have like a revitalizing one, if I have that correctly, but I really was interested in the Hydrating and Soothe serum because I have a chronic itchy scalp. I have chronic dandruff, so I'm always looking for ingredients or for products to hydrate my scalp because I use quite heavy exfoliating products during my wash day. So I want to make sure to balance out the hydration and the moisture level on my scalp to make sure that it's supple and it just has the right amount of moisture and elasticity to help me throughout the week. And for me, a better hydrated or better moisturized scalp results into less itchy and eventually also less flaking in combination with the exfoliating that I do. I got this gifted. I was able to get this sent out to me. I got 2 of them. I don't know why. I requested 1. I got 2 of them. They come in very pretty packaging. So not only the bottle, but you also get a lidded box, which is really cool, and it has a very nice bottle which is dark, which makes sure that the ingredients that are put in, that they don't get affected by sunlight. That's the biggest reason if you see a darker glass bottle. And it also has a very nice nozzle with the product, so you can evenly distribute it throughout the scalp. So packaging wise, I like it. I like the green. I think it's very suitable for the brand. I love the nozzle because you can really feel that it is good quality. Whenever you push, you really also get product, so it really is good at like sucking in the product. Some nozzles aren't. This one really is. Let me just double check the price of this serum on my laptop. So it's 60 pounds and you get 50 mils or also 1.7 fluid ounces in fluid ounces. I tried this product out for 2 weeks and I'm not going to extend the usage, which I will explain later on. Normally I review for at least a month before I have an opinion on it, but some certain things happen which resulted into me quitting after 2 weeks. But first off, I'm gonna get into the ingredients so you have a good idea of what's in it. As always, I got my paperwork with me just to make sure that I have everything. Now, these ingredients sometimes are very difficult to translate, so correct me if I'm wrong. A very cool thing to know is that Marie Claire decided or voted this to be the best scalp treatment of this year 2021, and I do get why in the basics. This is what the website says about the product, so I'm gonna read it through just so you have an idea. Our Hydrate and Soothe Scalp Serum is an intense anti-inflammatory solution for quenching very dry, irritated scalp skin, as well as soothing rough patches. Can help with symptoms of redness, acne, eczema, sun damage, and general stress on the scalp. This calming concoction features redness-reducing witch hazel, protective pro vitamin B5, and allantoin, a renowned humectant, which draws and retains moisture like a sponge. So when it comes to this product, it has no sulfates, no silicones, no parabens. It's dermatologically tested, it's scientifically proven, it's vegan, cruelty-free, recycled and recyclable, and pending B Corp. If anyone has any idea what pending B Corp means, I would love to know. What I like about their marketing is that they literally also say you may have an entire shelf of serums for your face, but how about your scalp? And I totally agree with that. I feel like scalp care is slowly getting more popular, and with scalp care I don't only mean like washing your scalp but also treating it afterwards, because a lot of scalp conditions can be prevented or soothed if you use the right products and ingredients on it. And I feel like a serum is the perfect way of applying it because it's thin. A serum also absorbs easily, so it won't cause any buildup, and it is very easy to put on. You don't have to put like a whole 4 or 5 step routine on, but a serum is a very easy way and a very quick fix to quite a lot of scalp issues. Now, they also on their website highlighted some of their hero ingredients, like I said, which is the witch hazel, pro vitamin B5, and the allantoin. So this is their description of those hero ingredients. When it comes to the allantoin, they say is famed for its healing properties. This is an extract from the root of the comfrey plant and is used to both calm irritation and promote skin cell renewal. It's especially good for sensitive skin too. So this is a so-called ingredient that does it all. It calms, soothes, and it also exfoliates, and it is suitable for, they say, sensitive skin. Now, when it comes to the provitamin B5, they say the following. B5, also known as pantothenic acid. This is great if your scalp is dry and flaky, as it works like a sponge. It rapidly absorbs moisture and locks it in. It is also used to treat wounds and irritation, encouraging skin cell regeneration so your scalp is left fortified and soothed. So it is moisture attracting, and it also helps exfoliate. And then we come to their third ingredient, which I will already say that this is an ingredient that is very high on the ingredient list of this product, and that is witch hazel. And they say that witch hazel is a natural toner and it's anti-inflammatory. It's ideal for treating irritated scalps, as it's historically been used in skincare remedies from ailments like rashes, insect bites, bruises, and minor burns, and is renowned for calming sensitive skin. When it comes to how to apply, they say to apply to clean, dry, or towel-dried scalp. You need to apply it in parts, so you just do some partings, apply it, and then massage it in. You do not rinse it, and they say to use it once per day and increase frequency if needed. So they suggest you to use it daily, just like you would do a daily serum, so not weekly, which I was quite surprised of, because that also means that you get through this quite quickly. I don't know about you, but to get my scalp coated, I needed quite some. And using this on a daily makes it that I think you won't even be able to use it for a month, maybe a month max. And if you even up the frequency, it would be more. Well, they trialed it on 100 men and women, and 80% agreed this serum would become an essential part of their hair care regimen. 85% agreed that scalp irritation was reduced. 28% agreed that their scalp felt hydrated. 78% agreed that their scalp felt soothed. 85% agreed that it had a positive effect on the health and condition of their scalp, and 84% agreed that their scalp felt more balanced, which is all really lovely. So that was actually the biggest reason why I was so interested in trying out this serum. So like I said, short history of my scalp. I have chronic dandruff. I have a chronic itchy scalp due to that. So my main concern is making sure that my scalp gets its plumpness and elasticity and moisture balance back after my wash day, because I use quite heavy exfoliating ingredients to make sure to get rid of all of the dandruff. But the aftercare is just as important as my wash day, and I still am figuring out and trying to find the perfect scalp serum to help me with that. I'm just gonna mention the ingredients that might have some controversy or might make you wonder, like, what does it actually do? So first ingredient is water. We know what it does. Then we have witch hazel, which is called Hamamelis virginiana. And even though it's skin soothing, it's also very sensitizing on your skin. I know that a lot of people like to use witch hazel toners on their face, but one of the negative things about witch hazel is that for quite some people, it can be very drying, very, very drying. And I'm already gonna say it as is. I think the biggest reason why I stopped using it after 2 weeks was that I noticed that my scalp was extremely dry and itchy. And I honestly think that witch hazel had the biggest role in that. It had the biggest role in making my scalp so sensitive that it actually progressed in worse itching and worse scaling of my scalp. Witch hazel has a lot of antioxidant properties, but one of those antioxidants that witch hazel contains, which is called tannin, can be extremely sensitizing if you use it on a frequent basis. And in this case, I use this on a daily as described, but even if I would use this on a weekly basis, I can still at the end see that it will have the same effect on my scalp. Now, again, what works or doesn't work for me doesn't have to work or has to work for you, but this is just my personal opinion on testing it out myself. Like I said, I do think that most of the itching and severe dryness, instead of hydrating and soothing what this serum was supposed to do, was due to the high concentration of witch hazel, because it literally is the second ingredient on this bottle. You have water and after that witch hazel. The higher the ingredient is up on the list, the more of it contains. After that, it contains glycerin, which glycerin is a humectant, but the thing is it only humects, or it only absorbs and attracts if there's something there. So if you have a dry scalp or if the area is dry, it will possibly do the complete opposite and pull moisture out of your scalp or out of your hair. And then we have castor oil. Also not the biggest fan because the size molecules of castor oil are too big to penetrate. So it kind of stays on top of your scalp, which in a way, I do get why it's being used, because it gives the illusion that your scalp is soothed, is moisturized due to the kind of gloss that it gives. But in reality, it just sits on top and doesn't do anything. It can sometimes even make things worse because everything sticks to it. So all the turnover cells stick to the castor oil. Then we have an ingredient called polysorbate 80, which is a cleansing agent. Polysorbate 80, this is a cleansing ingredient. Carbomer, which is a texture enhancer, so that more so has to do with the way that the product turns out when you apply it, and that kind of gives it that like jelly consistency. Glycerin soybean oil, it is an emollient. It helps to smooth the skin, and it also is a high source of antioxidants, which I actually like because the scalp oily skin does need that protection from outside influences. It also contains aloe water, and this is very soothing. That's also a thing to know. Quite a lot of people they don't know, but they are allergic to aloe vera. So if you're allergic to that, this is not the product for you to use. So it's good to keep that in mind. But as we know, it's a plant extract, and it is very soothing. A lot of people use aloe vera for sunburns or rashes because it has those soothing elements in it, and that's, in my opinion, a very good ingredient to put in, and I think that also helps with the soothing part. Also to hydrate. Another soothing ingredient that's in here is chamomile. Does the same thing, very soothing, has a lot of antioxidants, so again also helps with that skin barrier. After that we have the provitamin B5. I'm happy for that to be in there. It's a really multi-purpose ingredient, and I think it's a really good thing to have in something like a scalp serum because it does numerous things for the scalp, which also makes sure that you kind of lower the amount of other ingredients that you put in a product. I'm more so about that. If you can find certain ingredients that have multiple purposes and combine them into one, I think they're way more useful than adding like 6 to 10 other ingredients to make it work the same way. It contains an exfoliant, and the exfoliant that it contains is lactic acid. I personally do like lactic acid. Isn't my favorite exfoliant for the scalp? Personally, no. I would rather go for salicylic. The only reason that I can figure out why they use lactic is because it also has some hydrating properties. But I feel like if you're looking for an exfoliant, let it do mainly that. And if you're afraid that it will exfoliate too much, then don't include it in a serum. Use your exfoliant in a toner or a certain treatment, just like you would do on your skin, instead of a serum that is supposed to be hydrating and soothing. And that brings us to the next ingredient, and that is salicylic acid. Now, personally, when it comes to a scalp serum, if the goal isn't to fully exfoliate, if the goal is, like it says, to hydrate and to soothe, stick to one exfoliant. Now we already have 2 exfoliants, and we have some ingredients that also have exfoliating properties. So you can imagine that what happened on my scalp was I do my normal wash routine because it doesn't suggest you to do anything other than what you normally do. My wash routine for my scalp is exfoliating. I use exfoliating ingredients. After that, I apply a product that I think is supposed to hydrate and soothe my scalp. For me, it exfoliates my scalp even more, and not only that, the witch hazel really dried it out. So I ended up with over exfoliated dry scalp, unfortunately. Now there are also a couple of ingredients that I wouldn't suggest to put in it, mainly because it can be very sensitizing for people that have sensitive scalp, and they promote, for example, witch hazel to be very suitable for sensitive scalp, but they end up using certain oils like peppermint oil, like grapefruit oil, perfume. They put ingredients in it that can be very sensitizing to people that are sensitive. So I think it's kind of a shame. I don't think it's needed. I like scents, I like perfumes, but if you want to cater to a sensitive scalp or skin audience, then just don't include sensitizing ingredients like that. They don't mind if it doesn't have that flowery smell, as long as it does the job. And especially for me personally, for a scalp serum, my main goal is to help my scalp with what it's lacking, or to give it a boost, or do anything that it needs to be doing. if I want something to smell good, I would rather do that in a styling product or in a leave-in conditioner. My scalp, I just want it to work. I just want it to do what it's supposed to do. It does contain vitamin C. Vitamin C is an antioxidant. So again, you see a lot of ingredients that are containing a lot of antioxidants that are soothing, but also are exfoliating. So on the bottom, like I said, is more sensitizing ingredients like the perfume, like the peppermint oil, like the grapefruit oil, and there are a couple of preservatives in there that are supposed to be in there to make sure that you can work with this for a longer amount of time without it going bad. When it comes to the scent, it kind of smells pepperminty. You clearly smell the peppermint and the citrus. I didn't really feel that on the scalp. I didn't really get a tingling sensation. When it comes to how it distributes, it's easier to work with when you have towel dried hair, because it's just on a damp scalp, it works better to distribute. The days afterwards were a little bit harder to do so, and like I said, for me it felt like I was constantly drying out my scalp more. I don't know if any of you had that experience with this one. Other than that, like I said, I like the nozzle. It was very easy to work with. They don't really indicate how much you should use. That would be nice if they kind of give you an idea of how much is needed, just so you don't overdo it, I guess, because I also, in a sense, feel like maybe I used too much, but there were no real directions of that. I stopped using it 3 days ago when I had my wash day. I'm still more itchy than I used to. Normally on day 1, 2, and 3, I don't really itch. It's more so after the day 3 mark. And now on day 1, I'm still itchy. I really wanted to like this one, especially because I have a second bottle, but it just isn't for me. It isn't for me. If you look at the price and what you get, you can honestly, like, the main ingredients are water and witch hazel. You can just buy a witch hazel bottle for way cheaper, you know, and just mix a couple of other things and spray it on. I am kind of disappointed that they use such a cheap ingredient as witch hazel, which, let me Google it for you, okay? Yeah, you can literally buy a whole freaking 100 ml bottle of witch hazel for $10. And this is 50 mils, and you pay 60 pounds for it, which is around 70 euros. So I don't know. I wish that, like, there are certain really good ingredients in there, but are they special? Are they different? No, there are way cheaper options. And then this, it's nice that, you know, they don't contain sulfates, silicones, I just don't see a dermatologist honestly really say that this works hydrating and soothing on the scalp with these ingredients. I would say soothing to a certain extent, but mainly like protecting when it comes to the antioxidants. Soothing and exfoliating instead of like really hydrating, because for me it didn't feel that way. On one hand, I'm like, oh, maybe I should have tried it like 2 weeks afterwards, but I was so itchy, and I'm still itchy, that I'm like, no, I don't wanna, like I like to experiment, I like to try things out for all of you, but now it was getting to a point where I was like, child, I cannot take this anymore and I need something different. So if you have any suggestions on scalp serums, not scalp oils, if you would like for me to tell you why I would not do a scalp oil, let me know, then I'll post a video or do a video talking about that. With that being said, I hope that this gave you a good idea on my thoughts of the Monpure Hydrate and Soothe Scalp Serum. Would I personally buy it because I got it gifted? No, I really wanted to become a fan of this scalp serum, and I do think that they have other great products, but for me it's just not this one. So do let me know if you've ever tried this scalp serum before. If not, let me know if you have other scalp product suggestions that you would like for me to review or get into or try out, because I'm definitely interested since I'm such a scalp fanatic. By the way, if you're not subscribed yet, then this should be the moment to do so. Hit the subscribe button and also put on the post notifications, because when you do so, then you get a notification each and every single time that I post a new video. Please hit the like button and put a comment down below. It really helps me out and also helps me out with the algorithm to get more views, because I want as much people to see this type of reviews to make sure that they have as much information as they can before purchasing a product, before purchasing any product. Thank you so much for watching and taking the time. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.